How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back to yet another review. And it's barley wine time. One of my favorite times. Barrel-aged barley wine time. A whole lot of weird kind of barley wine time in a form of Endless Buring's Burning Comet. Semi-local people. About an hour north of me. So, based on where they are, they're definitely local to me because the only way they're pretty much distributed is in my area because they're kind of in the boondocks. Endless Brewing, I did one of their beers before. It was their Grasshopper Pale Ale. Really enjoyed it. Had a couple offerings from them before that and after that. And I liked them. And but never saw anything, quote-unquote, big. Double IPAs, quote-unquote, big, but it wasn't like a big beer. And a friend of mine, Lindo, I did a 17's walkthrough of his beer bar. He went up there, and lo and behold, they made this a while ago. And didn't really know they made anything like this. Now, I don't think either did he, and they grabbed a couple cases off him. I don't think they've put it out in the public yet, other than Sabatini's having it now. As far as what it is, I'll give you the lowdown. Endless Buring's Burning Comet Barleywine. It's a American barley wine, I believe. Actually, not quite sure. It's a barley wine refermented with plum puree, Belgian candy sugar, and red wine yeast in Jack Daniels barrels for 9 months. Excuse me. So, it's a pretty damn ambitious beer for a relatively new brewery. 15% alcohol by volume. Brewed and bottled by Endless Buring, Montrose, PA, 18801. Bottled in July of 2014. So, we're talking about a company that's not super new. I mean, not super old. They're relatively new. And this is bottled in 2014, which means they were producing it probably in 2013 to have it, aged 9 months in Jack Daniels barrels. So, pretty damn impressive for a relatively small new brewery to do something of this size. So hopefully, hopefully this sucker shows and proves. So yeah, let's see what she's got to offer. Okay. Oh, that smells delicious. Let's see, what's a barley wine re-fermented with red wine yeast. That looks absolutely beautiful. Red wine yeast, Belgian candy sugar, and plum puree in Jack Daniels barrels. I mean, that's speaking my language right there. First things first, didn't really have much of a head on it. What it did was slightly an off color. And I mean, as far as actual body color it's boozy, man, in a good way. I can smell a whole bunch of, legs for days. You probably can't even see it on there because it's so hard to see that stuff. But I mean, Jesus Christ. There you go. Get a little bit of head going on now. But yeah, spilling all over myself now. She's looking mighty good. I mean, that is a hazy, delicious damn color. So yeah, she looks the part. Let's see what she smells like. Good God. This is illegal to make beer like this. Or make a beer with a nose like that when you're a new brewery. Jesus Christ. Huge caramel, toffee, dates, figs. Jesus Christ. I smell like leather. I smell a little bit of bourbon in there, a little bit of Jack Daniels. It smells definite English. It smells like a J.W. Lee's kind of old stock, hardy-ish kind of smell. I know it's kind of blasphemy. You're talking about a relatively new brewery to bring a beer to the table that smells like that, but Jesus Christ. Wow. That's delicious. It's definitely, like I said, English. That Belgian candy sugar is bringing that kind of sweet, kind of molassesy brown sugar to it. And you have that raisin puree, kind of that plum puree, but it's more like you get a ton of raisin in there, get a ton of dates and figs and toffee and caramel. It's definitely English, somewhere between an English barley wine and English old ale. Right up my alley. Can't say enough about it. There's so much going on in this beer. Jesus Christ. I'm diving in. Cheers. That's delicious. That's absolutely delicious. It's a little bit on the thin side with that body that what looks like it's there. I thought it was going to be a bit more denser, a bit thicker. It is a bit thin. I mean, you're talking about re-fermenting in a cask with a whole lot of stuff going on, so you kind of understand why the body's not there completely. But everything you pretty much get in the nose is there in the mouth, just slightly less than what I thought it would be there. There's a little bit of tartness in there. Could be from the plum puree, from like the plum skin, or it could be from that red wine yeast. Either one, or a combination of the both. You know, you usually get that little bit of like I'm gonna say like a wine kind of tartness from it. But it's definitely fruity. A lot of dark fruits. That molasses, date, fig, caramel, toffee combination is absolutely there. Like I said, just not as intense as it was in the nose. You know it's a big beer, but you'd be hard pressed to say it's 15%. That's delicious. This is, if you have access to this beer, you should get it. But if you get two, drink one, age one, because I think this might age like into something infinitely crazy, which is right up my alley. So yeah, I mean, just to kind of cover all this crap that I just said and rehash all of it. You don't get a ton when it first gets in your mouth. And you get that little bit of thin body right off the bat. But as the second you kind of go to swallow it, you get this amazing burst of flavor. From that tartness, whether it be that plum skin, if it is that, more likely the red wine yeast, and you get a little bit of JD in there. You get that beautiful kind of combination of the English old ale, that brown sugar, the candy brown sugar, combined with like just dates and figs and toffee and caramel and molasses. That whole thing just lumped that into one big piece of toffee, I guess you would say. And it just finishes clean. It's really weird beer. Ever so slightest bit of booze in this. Not even a burn, just almost like an alcohol evaporation. Yeah. That's a great beer. Especially, I mean, not to be like, especially from the local guys, you should be kind of neutral or ambiguous when you talk about beer. But I mean, this is by far the biggest, boldest beer I've tasted out of a local brewery. And these guys are, kind of like the kids of the bunch here. I'm not sure exactly when they started, but they can't be more than like 3 or 4 years old. And you have a lot of other breweries that are been around quite a bit longer. And this is the largest, most complex, most intense, biggest beer that I've tasted in the area. So there you go. Rating wise, I'm going to give it a 92. 92 overall. Leave it room to grow. That body issue, it is an issue, but again, you kind of understand why it has a little bit of thinness going on with so much that's going into this beer. And then it's barrel aged. And I just think it might not, because it is barrel aged and there's a lot going on. So it might not grow too much, but if it does, I think it can grow into something really special. Value to availability. Availability is like a 2 or a 3, because I haven't seen it, and they just randomly picked them up when they went to the brewery. So, I mean, give it a 3. Value, give it a 6. Only because I rated it a nice A-, like what did I say, 92, 93. It was $20 for a bomber. $20 for a bomber of locally made beer is a little tough to swallow. But with what's going on, what's going into the beer, the fact that they aged themselves and aged the bottles themselves on top of aging it in a wine, Jack Daniels barrel, you give them a little bit of a pass on it. I want to rate it a little bit higher, but that price point is pretty damn high, so, yeah. But then you have other places around here that just age it in a barrel, age some beers in a barrel, and give you a 12-ounce bottle for $12, so I shouldn't complain. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. Endless Buring's Burning Comet aged. I believe they do Burning Comet aged in a barrel, so it's the aged in a barrel one. If you like you like this. If you like English old ales, if you like English barley wines, if you like Belgian strong darks, And if you just want good beer made by local people, you definitely should give this a whirl because it's absolutely fantastic. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you'd like to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. That's 4 places, not 5. 4 places. Massive beers in all 4 of those places. Yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a beautiful, locally made barley wine that was aged in Jack Daniels barrels while it was re-fermented with Belgian candied sugar, plum puree, and red wine yeast. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.